What is going on, guys? Money Webby here. We're back. Week 9 with my favorite betting picks for the week against the spread for 5 NFL games here. I picked the favorite 5 games, which I feel most confident about this week. Usually I pick like the favorite, like most watchable games really. But since we've had some tough luck like over the last few weeks, decided to change it up a bit and just choose the 5 games which I feel most confident about. 10 and 15 on the year against the spread, 2 and 3 with my lock picks. I feel very good about these games, guys. So before we get going, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to get these betting picks every single week. So to kick it off, guys, we got the Raiders going against the Miami Dolphins here. The Raiders had a stinker against the Bills last week. Lost pretty easily there, but I think they're going to be motivated to come out here and get a win against a very bad Dolphins team that just got rid of Jay Ajayi, so their offense is going to struggle a lot, I think. Their running backs now are Damian Williams and Kenyon Drake, who are very bad running backs, so that's a big void for their offense, which already doesn't have a great passing attack, so taking away the running game from there is just going to make it harder. The Raiders' defense isn't that great, but against the Dolphins, it's not much of a challenge at all. And the Dolphins' defense is average, so I think Derek Carr can do enough here to win the game for them to cover the Raiders the spread of -3. This is actually going to be my lock of the week. I just think this Dolphins team is pretty much playing for nothing at this point. It seems like they're already giving up on the season, even though they're 4-3. They're probably one of the worst 4-3 teams ever at this point of the season. So I feel very good about the Raiders -3, motivated off of that bad loss against the Bills team, which is actually a very good team, underrated. So I think the Raiders can get it done here and cover the 3 points. So next game, we got the Falcons going to Carolina. Panthers -1. I actually think this spread is getting some reverse movement on it. I just saw there was an update that the Falcons might be favored now here, so definitely keep a track on that, but I'm favoring the Falcons whatever the spread is, as long as it doesn't get like northwards of 3 points, so definitely keep an eye on that. But I'm favoring the Falcons +1. That was a spread I saw yesterday. I'm not sure what it is right now, but I think the Falcons will win this game here. Just a better all-around team compared to the Panthers. Panthers just got rid of Kelvin Benjamin as well, so I think their offense could struggle a bit in this game. And Matt Ryan, he's had a little bit better of a week last week against the Jets. And this is a divisional game. I think they're going to be up for the task here to beat the Panthers. A very big game for both teams. And I think the Falcons are just a better team. Made the Super Bowl last year. A disappointing year so far, but I think they're going to start to get it going here against this Panthers unit. So I'm favoring the Falcons in this game. Think they'll win by I would say 3+ points here. So definitely keep a track on that spread though with that huge reverse movement. Next up, we got the Redskins going to Seattle. The 12th man. The 12th man didn't do enough against Deshaun Watson last week, but they're favored still. They still won that game. A nail-biter there, one of the craziest games of the year. They're -5.5 at the moment against the Redskins. Kirk Cousins, this looks like his mind is out of it at Washington. Looks like he doesn't want to be there anymore. Their wide receivers have been horrendous on the outside. Terrell Pryor and Doxson looked like a train wreck last week. Don't see that changing this week against Richard Sherman and the boys back there on Seattle. So I think Seattle's going to win here and cover the -5.5. I just see a bad week for Kirk Cousins here. He's going to struggle a lot. The crowd noise seems to get to him more than most quarterbacks, and he gets under pressure a lot. So I think that the pass rush will get there, and the secondary should easily be able to hold up against these bad wide receivers on the outside. And I think Seattle can do enough to cover the -5.5. I think they'll win by around 7 to 10 points here. So I like Seattle to cover that spread there. Next up, Ravens going to Tennessee. Titans -4.5. Another game which I feel very good about. Ravens just not a good team. Titans are a much better football team. Coming off the bye here, so had a week to really heal up. Getting Corey Davis back, their first round draft pick, compared to Terrell Owens out of college. Very good wide receiver. Maybe he breaks out in this matchup, but even if he doesn't, DeMarco Murray was able to heal up again over the bye week as well. They got Derrick Henry there, and the Ravens offense is just a train wreck. Another team that really can't get anything done. So I think the Titans can score enough points to cover that -4.5. The Ravens probably won't even be able to get over 14 points in this game, especially if Joe Flacco doesn't play. I haven't seen the update on that, but even if he does play, their offense will probably struggle again here. Don't really have that many options on offense, and the Titans offense is very good. I don't think the Ravens can keep up working from behind in this game with a horrendous passing attack. So I'm going to go with the Titans -4.5 in that game. And then the biggest game of the week, probably the Chiefs traveling to Dallas and Jerry World with no Zeke in this game. Should be very interesting. Cowboys -2.5. The over-under is trending up. I think it's up to 41 right now, so they're expecting a lot of points. I'm expecting a lot of points in this matchup as well. I'm actually favoring the Cowboys in this game. The Chiefs' defense has looked very bad over the last few weeks. They got a good matchup against the Broncos offense last week without Emmanuel Sanders, so they weren't really exposed in that game. But against the Cowboys with Dez Bryant, even though they don't have Zeke here, I think that Dak can really shred them. He's a very good quarterback, probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, so I think he can do enough against this bad secondary that the Chiefs have, and their run defense has been really bad, so I think Alfred Morris, Rod Smith, and Darren McFadden can do enough to really keep the run game going. Even without Zeke, their offensive line is still one of the best in football, so I think they'll be able to cover the -2 in this game and really expose the Chiefs secondary without Eric Berry. He seemed like he held everything together, because without Eric Berry, they've just been getting torched every single game. Like the Raiders torched them, and they haven't been able to do anything like all season long with Derek Carr. So that just kind of shows what kind of secondary they got back there. So I think Prescott, a better quarterback than Derek Carr, can definitely get it done here. And Cowboys defense does enough to keep the Chiefs offense at bay, and they'll cover the game. So that is what I got, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. I feel very good about this. I guess we'll run through the picks yet again. Start from the top here. I like the Raiders -3. Falcons +1 or whatever it's at. I think the Falcons win by 3, so keep that in mind. I think it's up to -2 right now for the Falcons somehow. I like the Seahawks -5.5. I like the Titans -4.5. And I like the Cowboys -2. So I'm going to go with all the favorites in those games. So I wish you guys the best of luck this week. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Get these betting picks every single week. I feel very good about these picks. If we don't go have a positive record this week, I'll be very shocked, because I feel great about these games. So good luck this week, guys. We'll see you back here next week.